That's because he was trained by the best.
Was he? That can't be
Yep.
true. The best is currently training Yuji right now. Hey everybody, welcome back to another Stone-Faced Reactions. I'm Theta, this is Justin, and we are back with another episode of Jujutsu Kaisen. Specifically, Season 1, Episode 16, Kyoto Sister School Exchange Event, Group Battle 2. How about you go ahead and remind us of what happened during Group Battle 1?
There was a group attempt to slay our friend Yuji, but it is currently ongoing. It was initially stopped by Toto because Yuji is his best friend because he gave the appropriate answer to the type of girl that he likes. The fight continues. We have seen some interactions between other characters, some friendly, some hostile, some various stages in between.
It's just a funny little thing here. Technically, this is the third episode in the Sister School event.
It's true, because
Group
the
Battle
first one
2.
was 0.
Yeah. I just remember that threw me off back when I was doing stuff before. I was like, how is this? Oh, right, there's a 0. So, anything else that you want to add, though?
Not particularly.
Okay.
There wasn't a it's just been a very combat focused to this point.
I think you'll find that there was a whole dreamscape sequence.
Yeah, but that went back to the thing about the type of girl that he liked.
Technically, no. No, that was about Yuji reading a magazine and Toto sitting over his shoulder, and then the intricacies of their relationship vis-a-vis bro code when it comes to whoever. 'Cause I think the first time I watched this, I thought that the idol was actually Mai. For some reason, I recognize now that's the idol that he went to
Yeah.
try and to romance in his dreamscape. For some reason, I could swear it was Mai, and I thought he had a thing for Mai, which is why he was always hanging out with her, right? Because those two are together, he brought her to meet the idol. Also, Mai's pretty tall and has a back, side, doer. You feel the uncomfortableness of me saying that out loud.
Yeah, that I felt how awkward you felt.
It's like, this isn't coming out. Yeah, no, I mean, that's what I thought originally, and I remember people in the comments telling me, he doesn't like Mai. What? That wasn't Mai in the dream sequence.
No, that wasn't mine in the dream sequence. Yeah, like the bro code moment was cool, but for me, it just, like to me, these episodes are about the fighting and the intricacies of the relationships developing there.
Well, also the layout of the plans that were discussed but not actually told to us. Well, except for the principal from Kyoto.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, because Kyoto's not where we're at. We're at Tokyo School, so
We're at Tokyo School.
yeah. And the fact that Tokyo School also had a plan that since we were following Yuji's not aware of, and that they're now like interacting with independently of him, but not really because they're not answering their phones for some reason.
Which is a strange one.
Well, it might imply, and this is not me saying what's going to happen because I don't actually remember the sequence of events, but going by like anime trope history, the implication could be since we have so many characters to follow, we're watching people in sequence, or at least in specific time frames. So when we see like Megumi talking on the phone, hangs up the phone, runs off, and then she tries to call him back and he doesn't answer, the implication could be because he's busy with something that we aren't seeing yet.
Okay.
Because we have an ensemble this big, right? It's like Endgame, right? Avengers Endgame. You get so many people to follow, you can only keep so many things on screen at one time until you start losing track.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Anything else you want to bring up?
No. No.
All right. Well, I guess with that, then, let's go ahead and get on into it.
Hell yeah.
But before we get started,
Make sure that you hit the like button.
hit that subscribe button.
Comment down below to feed that algorithm.
On top of all that, if you want to watch more shows like this, unfiltered,
Uncensored.
And uncut.
as well as some early access stuff,
You can check it out over on the Patreon.
It's just $5 a month, but hey, no pressure.
There's zero pressure in order to do that. It's just a little bit of extra support, and it would be greatly appreciated.
目より先に手が超えることはない。良し悪しを見抜く目を養わねば、作品を生み出す手の成長は望めない。表現者の間でよく使われる文句。これはあらゆるジャンルに共通し、目の良いものの上達速度はそうでないもののそれをはるかに凌駕する。
So I guess fuck people with glasses.
Oh yeah, no. If you have glasses, you're done.
Well, I mean, literally, they went to an example of the guy wearing glasses. If you don't have a good eye.
さっきまでの虎杖にはなかった動きだ。成長している。俺を食らって。なんて美しく崩してくれるんだ。顔面から取れる。形態剣でも。だがしかし。
It's like what do you do when you're fighting a machoist?
加速しきる前の拳を額で受けやがった。お前に食ってほしいのはそこじゃない。お前の形態剣は人間離れした身体能力に通常遅れることのない速度の磁力が遅れることで生まれるものだな。トリッキーだ。波の術師では何が起こったか分からず混乱するだろう。威力も十分。その程度のやつが相手ならな。特急には通じないぞ。
I don't know why you thought about Jogo. You haven't fought Jogo. You were just present for a fight with Jogo.
But he knows that Jogo's special grade because it was told to him.
He should have thought about Finger Bearer, not Jogo. He fought Finger Bearer,
Yeah.
who was special grade.
おや、流す速度を上げようって話だろ。
重力を流す。多くの術師がこれを意識的に行っている。腹が立つ。 腹渡が煮えくり返る。負の感情から捻出される呪力はへそを起点に全身に流すのがセオリーだ。へそから胸を通り、肩、腕、そして拳へと呪力を流
I
す。
said there's no male fan service.
体を部位で分ける意識が呪力の遅れを生む。呪力を流す。これ自体は間違いではない。しかしそれは初歩。その意識にとらわれすぎてはいけない。 一流の術師ほど呪力の流れが読みづらいものだ。お前とは違う理由でな。俺たちは腹で物を考えるか？頭で怒りを発露できるか？いいか、虎杖。
This is what I meant by the narrative reason for it.
Mm-hmm.
俺たちは
If we're best friends, it makes more sense that I try and train you to be better.
True.
ありがとう、トード。なんとなくわかった。も
う言葉はいらないな。手加減はしない。
Best friends.
全力で導く。死ぬなよ、虎杖。登ってこい、高みへ。
My boy.
And that was just the opening.
Which, by the way, I think is also still more teaching than your principal has done the whole season so far.
Yep.
Just saying, man. I'm not trying to push you into that corner because I know the more I bring this up, the more likely you are to pick the principal. I'm just wanting to say there are a lot of characters in this show. You could even pick a bad guy.
I know.
Okay.
No one's topped the principal yet.
No, but we haven't seen much of his love life. My humor only goes in one direction. The inappropriate, I mean. Like I said, if I didn't have Toto here, which I have to pick because he's basically my favorite character from another show, I'd probably go with Ghetto. So I would have already picked a villain.
Yeah, like I'm either going Inumaki as my second so far, but it's not a close second.
Is that voice guy?
Yeah.
I thought you were going to try and sucker punch me by naming the other principal.
As funny as it is now.
そっちのジジイから虎杖殺すよう言われたでしょ。この子勘がいいな。いや、それはパンダちゃんの方かな。え、何それ？別に隠さなくていいのよ。私だって殺す気でやるし。特にあいつ、マイとかいうマキさんの出がらし。はあ？はあじゃねえよ。ペッパーくんでももうちょいまともなレスポンスするわよ。なんだ？
Who's Pepper?
怒れんじゃん。私も今
Pepper
同じ
Potts?
気持ちだよ。ああ、そういやそっちのメンバーにもいたわね。ペッパーくん、スクラップにして不法投棄しようかしら。
I don't think I'm forgetting something.
I don't know.
Behold, gun. Oh no, not gun, wood guy.
しばらく動けんがな。で、誰がペッパーくんだって？
待って、メカマル。
Nekamaru's a pretty cool name though.
この一年は私
It's true.
を可愛く叩き直す。マイちゃんの苦労、女が呪術師として生きていく意味、もろもろ教え込んでよ。
Said a woman to another woman.
なんつって。出たがりか、こそこそ隠れて援護に徹しろよ。ま、仲良くやろうぜ。お仲間同士。人形風情が。
Ah.
やれやれ、呪霊狩りはどこへやら。
ソードオプション。
Not a sword.
ブースト。
Not at all. That's his sword option.
More like a drill? With I don't know what to call the things coming off of
さっ
it.
さと片付けて、なんならほっといて野原に加勢したいが、こいつ射撃あるからな。メカ丸、西宮、三輪は情報ないけど。お前強いな。何級だ？俺の予想だとこんな塩梅。ちょっと野原には苦い。
First, semi-first. Okay.
Yep, my boy's the only one on the Toto. I mean, only one in the first.
準一級だ。
Although he did indicate this is what I think everybody's at. Now, this is what everyone's at.
Yeah.
放熱、食べ物残しもでかい技だな。
この出力では核をピンポイントで捉えなければ無意味か。
獣害、内側に呪いを宿し、自立可能な無生物の総称。人工的な樹害には心臓となる核が存在する。パンダは傀儡呪術学の第一人者私。
Boom. My dude made Panda.
感情を持って生まれた樹害。
So, shouldn't it mean that you like Panda then?
Nope. But Panda's up there.
So you prefer Daedalus to Icarus?
Yep.
You prefer the guy who killed his own son?
That's because he was trained by the best.
Was he? That can't be true.
Yep.
The best is currently training Yuji right now. So how'd you grow up? He's a corpse, right? The cursed corpse?
That's what he's. Yeah.
How did a corpse grow up?
どちらもかなわんさ。天与呪縛。知っているか？自らが自らに課す通常の縛りとは違う。生まれながら肉体に強制された縛りのことだ。
Oh,
俺には
important
生
thing.
まれつき右腕と膝から下の肉体、さらに腰から
Good to know.
がない。肌は月明かりにも焼かれるほど脆く、常に全身の毛穴から針を刺されたように痛む。その対象として俺は広大な術式範囲と実力以上の
Note to self: you don't have a good time.
望んで手に入れた力じゃない。呪術を差し出し、肉体が戻るのであれば喜んでそうするさ。俺はな、俺を差し置いて、樹海のお前がのうのうと日の元を歩いているのがどうしようもなく我慢ならんのだ。
This is the implication that the more powerful you are, the more likely is you have some sort of heavenly trade-off.
すんげえ呪力量。しかもこの位置。車線に登らん。受けるしかない。
Let's go, baby.
Yep, let's go.
死んだか。いや、死という概念さえお前には。
How can you kill
I
that
doubt
which
that.
has no life?
不幸自慢ついでに術式情報を小出しにしたわけだ。なかなか術師だな。
アルティメットキャノンをまともに食らって生きているだと。
Because he's the bloody panda.
ちょっとムカついちゃった。
なんだ、その姿は。
パンダは
You haven't even seen my final form.
Comments. Justin rule?
パンダ、お前にはお兄ちゃんとお姉ちゃんがいるんだ。
いませんけど。
いや、いる。
Panda
お前
underwear?
の中にな。なんだっけ。
Oh.
俺の中？
ああ、いつかわかるさ。その二人はいつだって、いつだって力を貸してくれる。
ソードオプション、ウルトラシールド。
That looks like brother.
樹骸の心臓となる核は本来一つ。だが俺の中には三つの核がある。
The irony is that this is also a Naruto character. Guys, again, this is all inspired by the big three.
短期決戦パワー重視お兄ちゃんゴリラ核。そして照れ屋なお姉ちゃん。お姉ちゃんの核は衝撃で、パンダ核はさっきのでヘロヘロだ。ゴリラモードで勝てなきゃ後がない。
However, this version of this guy in Naruto is a villain, so...
東堂ほどのパワーはない。だが今のショーだ。な 内部に響く。ガードしてもダメージを
Yep.
ついたな。これがゴリラモードの得意技。防御不能ドラミングビート。
次ドラミングビートを頭部か胸部にまともに食らえばメカ丸はもう動かせないだろう。
He doesn't drum his chest, he drums your chest.
アルティメットキャノンももう撃てない。
ゴリラモードはゴリゴリに磁力食うからな。ゴリラだけに急がねえと。右腕は潰せた。最大火力はもう撃てないよな。左と口は剣なし、砲撃のみか。だとしてもむやみには撃ってこないはず。
Okay.
Just remember, before you get too proud of Panda, he's fighting a triplegic? I don't know what the word here is for three, missing three limbs. Triplegic?
I don't know either.
Well, quadrilegic is for 4 limbs. I don't know what 2 is. Diplegic?
Get closer, take him out. Well, it's also the way he's fighting is what's taking out those limbs.
Well, remember that Panda has 3 cores, and Mechamaru has already taken 2 of them out.
Yep.
Or taken 1 out and used up the other. So, you know, not for nothing, but Mechamaru is doing shit.
Oh, I don't doubt that.
Just take a tile?
Think so. Well, also Mechamaru is being smart here by switching tactics and getting the heck out of dodge.
Kawara, さっき屋根から拾ったのか。ネクラマシからのジェット加速。
It is clear that the amount of energy being used up in this form is not low.
Of which we know of one. It's a case of, oh, you thought I only had 3 because I only talked about 3? This guy. It's funny how often they show him, now that I'm watching this a second time through. Arguably, also maybe your skin feels like it's being pierced by needles. Because you've got needles in your skin. Those are IV bags.
Yeah. It's like that thing that's happening is happening.
A tautology, if you will. I can't imagine him having a type. Oh, never mind, now I can.
そういうんじゃない。
だって舞が。
いつか。
Also, you liar. You said you had nothing below the knees.
Yep.
Oh, never mind. Dream sequence.
みんなと一緒に。
もう一回言って。
俺の姿を見た後でも。
I'd like to think this is a dream sequence that he's having as he's dying.
Why would he be dying?
I don't know.
じゃあな、今度見舞いくらい行かせろよ。
Yeah, I'll just be here up on the roof.
うるせえ、クソ人形。
忘れてた。
あ、
携帯貸して。
Would I have a phone? Retired.
Okay. That's a glaive.
嘘でしょ。
Yeah, I mean, that's what we agreed on already.
めちゃくちゃ強い。
Yep.
But I guess that's gonna be for Group Battle 3.
Yes, the fourth episode of this whatever it is. Number 3.
Kyoto Sister School Exchange event.
Yes.
Like I said, we weren't gonna finish the numbers today, and this is the last episode recorded today, so
True.
just conceivably, how many other people are there that haven't fought yet?
I think we're gonna get to like 6.
Who are in fights rather that we haven't seen yet.
This is also the first round.
What's the group battle? We've seen Panda versus Mekamaru. We've seen Toto versus Yuji. We just saw Maki versus Blue Hair.
Yep.
We don't know what.
No, we didn't.
No, we just did. We saw them start earlier because they had a whole conversation, and then we just saw them picking up there at the very end.
You're right. You're right. I was thinking the girl with the broom and her.
Yeah, no, she's a blonde. And that was, God, I can't remember our main girl, the Hammer Girl.
Yep.
Hammer Girl and Witch.
Hammer time.
メカ丸、のりたしに歌姫先生が呼んでたって伝えといて。メカ丸、これ東堂くんに渡しといて。メカ丸、ちょうどよかった。これ東堂先輩と鴨先輩に。
お前ら、なんでいつも俺を通すんだ。
今話しかけんな。高田ちゃんが生配信中だ。
茨城？茨城だぞ。そんなことも知らないのか。
The difference what you just said.
めんどくせえからに決まってんじゃん。普通にまだ怖いんだよな。
His eyes are open.
って言ったら、
Yeah.
もう頼まれてくんないかもな。メカ丸。頼りにしてますよ。グー。
いや、理由を。まあ、頼られてるなら。
It's his own blood.
Yeah.
Looks like we're 2 more battles or 3. Hard to tell. Looks
Looks
like we saw
like-
5 people.
Yeah, I'm not going to predict the amount of battles at this point.
Well, conceivably it is a team battle, so one of those battles might be 2-on-1.
It's true.
That or just we don't get to see who gets getting shot next episode.
Mm.
To be fair, they did Chekhov's gun it, right? We saw Mai with a gun in episode 8, and that gun's been pulled 2 other episodes already.
Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised if we don't see who gets shot.
Thoughts?
I liked this episode. It was good fights. It was good backstory. I like that Panda is a puppet.
Oh, that's right. Of course you like this episode. It's basically half of your favorite character's screen time so far.
True. But it also so the thing is, it shows that the school is weirdly diverse.
It shows that the school created one of its own students.
Yes. Which is a strange thing to think about, but it opens up the possibility for whatever the hell the writers want to happen.
That is literally the worst case scenario when it comes to school funding, because it means you don't have any parents that are like paying for tuition or anything. You're creating more students without additional income.
They haven't shown us any reason why income is thought about.
They're on public land. Also, any institution that has buildings requires upkeep. Well,
But
you're assuming they're getting stuff for free from somewhere?
No, but they go out and they deal with the curses and stuff, and if they have some sort of connection to the government, that's a very easy explanation as to why they don't have to worry about it.
We've never seen them hang around to get paid.
Yes, because the only way that the government pays people is by giving them checks.
Yeah. Government employees get checks. Also, you were alive during... never mind, you're not an American. I was going to say something that would happen to Americans. So, it didn't apply to you.
I know exactly... I know what you're talking about. It was handled differently up here, but yes.
Yeah, conceivably that was also the government giving people checks. If you get a tax refund, you can get that in check form. That's the government giving you a check.
Fair enough.
If you're on disability or Social Security or any form of retirement, you can get that in a monthly check.
Nope. Now I don't agree with you. Okay. I know it's true, but I don't agree.
I'm just saying that also, like, obviously every situation is unique, right?
Of course.
Also, you're in, like, literal, almost basically superhero fights, right? Collateral damage is a thing. Like, our 9 to 5er literally broke a wall into the sewer system. Who's paying for that? Also, he went into a fight that, like, if the government's paying them, what are they paying them for?
That's a good question.
Well, I mean, for one thing, we know that everybody that can see it, typically it seems like, because there's that one guy at the restaurant that ran out real quick because he could see something. I think it was like a ball of smoke. Most people who can see that stuff are with the school. So, the government just like, they're fighting invisible stuff and we're paying them money, you know? Conceivably, like when they do the giant dome thing over the prison? I don't know what it was. When they do it over that and they fight something there, conceivably there's a danger here. We're gonna lock it down. People have actually died. There's evidence of it. Or, you know, when they go to the movie theater and they investigate and it's like, okay, we're investigating a thing the government is already investigating. But when dude wanders into the sewer on his own and gets into a fight on his own and then destroys public property on his own, what are they paying for?
I'm not in this world, so like I can't give you exact answers, but they're paying for something.
Conceivably, though, it was your idea, so that's why you're on the defensive here. Also, that guy doesn't even work for the school. Remember, Gojo brought him in.
Yeah, I know. At this point, I don't have an answer, so I'm just
it
rolling
just
with
seems unlikely to me that the government is paying like some sort of subsidy to the school. It also really feels like that just doesn't fit the world that we're in. Mystical school, public taxes are paying for.
Yeah.
Can you imagine seeing that on your like, what are my prefecture taxes going towards? Mystical school that fights invisible creatures that you'll never be able to see, or proved mystical school that fights Bigfoot, right? Saw that you were paying taxes for that every year.
Funny enough, there's things I would believe just as much or less that might be true because of the amount of odd government things that have been hidden.
Granted, I will say that it is a known fact that there is most of the Department of Defense's budget is unknown because it's so wide and so widespread that you can't keep track of it all. Plus, a lot of it is, sorry, the word that came to my mind was censored. It's not censored. It's
Classified.
Yeah, it's classified. So it's very hard to keep track of who is able to see this information versus who would be able to keep track of it all in any kind of document. The same way that there was that one guy that made a book about all the locations across the world that the U.S. military has bases in, or even just keeps supplies in, and that the Department of Defense went to him to try and get a collected information because even they couldn't keep track of all the places that they have.
Just kind of bonkers.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of expected though when you're like playing world police for 80, almost 100 years now.
Something like that.
Yeah, that if you like, because a lot of the places aren't like full military bases. They're like an airfield with a supply base nearby that's not inhabited. Just it's there in case we need a forward operating base if something were to happen in the region. So that's included in that kind of stuff, or just like bases in the middle of foreign cities.
Yeah, it's more backup plans of if something happens, we have previously set up an infrastructure. Jesus,
Right.
English.
Yeah, so the point being is that we know what we're paying the Department of Defense. We don't know what the Department of Defense is using all of the money for. And it would be so easy to think, based on all previous information about the stupid or inhumane shit of military experimentation, like feeding soldiers acid, right, to see how that affects their ability to fight, or God, there was far viewing. There was an experiment into far viewing.
What was that again? Because I've heard that name.
I don't know what the experiment was called. That's the one where you have somebody who's like free drawing stuff on paper, and they're trying to see a place, and then you have another person who's like trying to guide their thought process.
Yes.
And then you try to confirm what they saw or not from independent parties too. And the idea is that you could like spy like in the middle of the Kremlin by remote viewing. Remote viewing. I don't know if that's what I said before, but that's what it's called. Remote viewing.
You said far viewing, but I got the gist of what it was.
There's a bunch of different remote viewing like programs, but one of them was investigated by the government. So if there's like a Bigfoot execution squad in the Department of Defense somewhere, I wouldn't be surprised. It does feel like more of a 60s to 80s thing, but because that's when they did all that weird, stupid shit with experimenting with drugs and can we do psyops with actual psionics? That
Men
kind of shit.
who stare at goats.
To be fair, it would be shit to think that the Department of Defense heard this stuff, laughed it off as nonsense, and then the Russians actually fucking do it, right? And it works. So, you don't want to be in that position where...
No, you do not whatsoever.
What do you mean? How did the Russians fucking get it? Well, we did hear about this, but it sounded stupid, so we didn't, investigate it at all. Great. And now the Russians are fucking reading our minds. We have no secrets anymore.
Goddamn Russians.
Yep, that's how we lost Psy War 1. Well, we all don't know about it because the Russians also wiped our memories after they beat us in the Psy War. Anything else about this episode?
No, I'm good.
Alright, so we'll wrap it up then. I have been Theta, this has been Justin, we have been Stoneface Reactions, and we will catch you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Hey everybody, thanks for watching another Stoneface Reactions. If you have an idea of another video we could go ahead and watch, go ahead and put it in the comments down below and we'll add it to the wheel. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and let us know what you thought about this video, what parts you liked. And until then, we'll see you next time. Is this too goofy?